Hi, good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining our webinar this morning. We have the privilege to be talking today about one of our newest skincare lines that we're carrying, which is BiON. And BiON has so much to offer in a 1-hour webinar. We're not going to really be able to talk about the whole line, so we really wanted to focus today on sensitive skin. So we really appreciate you joining, and we'll get to some intros, but I just want to do a little bit of housekeeping before we get started and jumping into the presentation. So Trini, you want to go to the next slide? Okay, great. All right, so a little bit about GoToWebinar. If you haven't been on one of our webinars or aren't familiar with this, we want to make sure you know where to go so that you can access some of the features. You can, I know it says mute and unmute yourself. I think we automatically muted everyone, so I think that one is good. If you have a question or you see something, you can go ahead and raise your hand, which is that little hand button. We also have included some handouts for you today, which we will be going through during the class, but you will be able to download those today. They're PDF formats that you can download and save. So during the presentation, if you can go ahead and download that, would be great, because that won't be available to you once this presentation is over. We can always email them to you if we need to, but wanted to just give you that info so you can know where to go. And then most importantly, go to the questions box, and that is where we're going to be doing some Q&A at the end. This is where you're going to be asking your questions. And just to make sure everybody can find that, if you could just go ahead and type in where you are calling in from, what state, what city. We just love to see where people are calling in from. That also gives us a little bit of confidence that you know where to go once the Q&A starts and we get questions answered. So go ahead and type that in. We'll wait for some to come in and see where we are at.
Love that Susie's first.
Yeah, I know, Susie. We are talking about how you're just one of our most regular webinar attendees. We really appreciate that. So we've got San Mateo, Charleston, South Carolina, New York City, California, Modesto, and we love you too, Susie. Thank you. Great. So as they come in, we'll just keep talking. San Jose. Hi, Anne. All right. So thank you, everyone. Glad you could find the questions box. Go ahead. Farhana and I will be, and Tiffany will be looking at some of these questions in the background if you have things throughout. And then at the end, our expert panel that we have here online with you today will be answering some questions for you. Okay, go ahead to the next slide, Trini. And let's just do a little bit of introductions. I guess I didn't introduce myself. My name is Wendy. I am the owner of the Colorado store. My mom runs the California store, so we are here to support you. For our expert panel today, we have 3 amazing estheticians that are also on staff with BiON and with Alexander's Aesthetics to answer your questions and talk all about the sensitive skin for BiON. So first person we want to introduce is Andrea in that cute hat over there. She is the Director of Education with BiON and is just an amazing support for us and is going to be talking about the products today. We have Trini from our Colorado office. Trini is our on-staff esthetician and our educator who's going to be talking today in the class. And then we have Tiffany, which I'm sure you all know because she's been with Alexander's for over 10 years. And she is the educator and on-staff esthetician for the California office. So those are our panel of experts for today. And then, Trini, if you go to the next slide. All right, so at this point, I'm going to drop off. I'll be in the background answering any questions you might have. Thank you for joining, and I'm going to go ahead and pass this over to Trini.
Awesome. Well, welcome and thanks for being here. I'm super excited about this webinar because I love BiON, but Alexander's is a wholesale distributor and we do so much more. Up here is our little family trees. So Wendy who was just on, runs the show at the Colorado office, and then C, her mom, is at the California office, and underneath you just have all of the gang here. So we're a distributor for wax supplies, skincare supplies, brow and lash items. We have disposables and all the tools for your back bar, PPE, just so important right now, sugaring supplies. We do online offerings such as this webinar, and we will have some classes coming up. We have in-person classes hopefully coming up, just keeping an eye on COVID to keep all of our customers safe. We do support all of the products that we carry. So if you buy something and have questions, we're always here to offer some support and help with those. We don't have any minimums on our items, which is awesome. And we do free shipping on online orders over 150. We drop ship to your clients, and we do have curbside pickup available as well. So BiON, in case you're new to the line, or just a little refresher, BiON is a skincare line that is family owned and US manufactured. It takes pride in the innovative products and great detail to customer service. BiON has a history of excellence in product development and ingredient research. BiON develops products for medical and clinical skincare professionals, such as estheticians, dermatologists, and plastic surgeons. BiON has products for acne, just to say great products for acne, actually, anti-aging, skin rejuvenation, and each product is formulated to improve the health and beauty of the skin using active natural ingredients that really gear towards certain changes within the skin. So just going over what we are chatting about today, we're going to focus only on the BiON products that are for sensitive and reactive skin, barrier compromised skin, and products that will help rebalance the skin in our sensitive clientele. So we'll talk about the toners and cleansers, serums and eye treatments, moisturizers. We'll talk about the back bar and retail masks, the enzymes, and we'll even bring in the My Skin Buddy. At the end, we have a protocol with the My Skin Buddy, and we'll have some home care suggestions that you can suggest for your clients on the way out the door. And then we'll do questions and answers at the end. So please make sure that if you have a question, you put it in that chat box, because we don't want you to forget it, and we definitely want to go through all of them. So what is sensitive/reactive skin? Sensitive skin generally refers to skin that is more prone to inflammation. So skin that tends to be a little bit more thin, is prone to having fragile capillaries, and also just is a little bit more prone to getting red and developing rash in response to outside influences. There's a wide variety of symptoms, so it doesn't always manifest the same way in one client to the other. There's always a different set of symptoms that you can look for. The severity could range from moderate discomfort to severe reactions, and the frequency can really fluctuate depending on that particular client, maybe from just an occasional flare-up to more persistent day-to-day redness or sensitivity. So when you're doing your skin analysis, there are a few things to kind of look for, just to see. Of course, always ask the client, read their intake form, but do they flush easily? So does their skin turn quite red after cleansing, or just outside influences, environmental things? Are they prone to rashes and bumps? Is there something that triggers the face when it's exposed to certain things? Look for red, flaky, or rashes throughout the face and skin. Do they report having itchy, tight-filling skin, particularly after cleansing? Do the products feel like they're stinging or burning? Is that dryness going on? Always ask those questions. And then, do they have reactions to fragrance? So just keeping an eye on that when you're using different products, or just reading their intake form, or just asking your client. They are your best resource when doing that skin analysis. So I'm going to pass it over to Andrea, who has just been the best resource for me, and I'm so excited that she's able to chit chat about all these products with you. So if you have a pen in your notepad, this is a perfect time to get that out, and I will pass it over.
Perfect. Thanks, Trini. Let me get this slide going. There we go. Okay. Sorry, I thought I had it on the right side. There we go. Okay. So as Trini said, my name is Andrea, so I'm going to be talking about the products specifically and how we kind of use them within our line for sensitive or reactive skin. So the first things I'm going to go over are our cleansers and toners. Just a little bit about them in general is that BiON chooses not to use any harsh ingredients or detergents like and surfactants such as the sodium lauryl sulfate, sodium laureth sulfate, ingredients like that that are stripping our skin and kind of compromising our barrier. So we stay away from those. Our goal is to help hydrate and cleanse the skin by removing excess dirt and oil and makeup from the skin. So as I go through those, just know that all of them are safe for your skin and that we aren't stripping or anything like that. The goal with all of BiON products is to keep the health of the skin intact. So the first product I have is our cleanser for normal skin. This is a great gel-based cleanser. So the thing that you'll hear me talk about throughout the products is mostly the texture differences, because to me, especially with a cleanser, that's going to be like your most like reason why they would or wouldn't like a cleanser. So for cleanser for normal skin, it's a gel-based cleanser, great for removing makeup, great as a first cleanse to get that makeup off without stripping the skin, and also leaves the skin nice and hydrated. It's also safe to use around the eye area. So this is obviously a good choice for your sensitized or reactive skin, because it's going to leave that skin feeling nice and hydrated and not tight after cleansing. Then the next option you have is the Gentle Cream Cleanser. So I love this cleanser for like my true like dry to excessively dry skin types. It feels very soothing with its creamy base. So it pretty much stays a cream texture even after you add water and manipulate it around the skin. It doesn't get bubbly or foamy at all, which is really great for that dry, sensitive skin. It has a lot of antioxidants in there, some chamomile, some aloe. So all of those things are going to feel nice and soothing. It's also great to send home with people after like microderms, chemical peels, stuff like that, where their skin just needs a little break from their normal day-to-day cleanser, or maybe they have like an active cleanser that they use day-to-day. This would give them a good option to just kind of soothe the skin and so it can heal quickly. So again, also speaking to sensitized skin, if they've got that broken barrier, maybe they've just done way too many chemical peels back to back or seen too many different estheticians with aggressive treatments back to back, this is a good option to just kind of get them back to baseline, and then you could switch them to a more appropriate cleanser after their skin has rebalanced. And then the Mineral Cream Cleanser. This is actually my favorite cleanser within our line. I use it daily. It's got a gentle exfoliation, which sounds a little silly when you're talking about sensitized or reactive skin, but it uses montmorillonite clay, which is actually very anti-inflammatory and soothing for the skin. We actually use it in another one of our healing masks, the green tea mask, which we're not going to talk about today, but just kind of get an idea of what the montmorillonite clay does for the skin, helps soothe and heal it. So we used to call this the Mineral Cream Exfoliating Cleanser, but it's not exfoliating like a scrub. So it's just one that it's kind of an in-between of gel and the cream. It's got a lighter texture than the Gentle Cream Cleanser. So it's going to be a little bit more appropriate to your normal to dry sensitive skin. Again, nice and soothing, very anti-inflammatory, and it can also be left on the skin for 5 to 10 minutes as like a little mask, again, to just help soothe and calm the skin. So it's great to stick in the shower and use while they're doing all the rest of their steps and then wash off at the end. And our refreshing toner. So our refreshing toner has a lot of the other properties of other toners as far as it helping remove makeup, being kind of a second cleanse and reducing bacteria on the skin. It's awesome for that, but the reason why I really like it for my sensitive skin or reactive skin is that it's going to help lock in all of that hydration. So you cleanse, your skin's still a little bit damp, and then you apply this refreshing toner. You can either spritz it or you can squirt it onto a cotton round and then apply it using the cotton round. But the nice part about this is it has a lot of humectants in there, which are going to help lock in all that hydration, which if they're complaining about that tight itchiness, that Trini was talking about earlier, this is a definite step that they would need to make sure that they're adding all of the hydration that they can into their skin. Because the better our skin is hydrated, the better that it's going to accept anything else that we put on there. So this just helps set your skin up for success. Okay, then our serums and eye treatments. So BiON's Pure Hydration is 1% of the industry-leading hyaluronic acid is what we use. We like to say that it's about a medium weight hyaluronic acid, so it's not too small where it's going to cause irritation and soak in too quickly, but it's also not too large where it's just going to sit on top of the skin. So about a medium weight 1% hyaluronic acid. As many of you probably know, hyaluronic acid holds up to 1,000 times its weight in moisture. It helps to lock in the skin, helps to lock in the water and hydration that's on the skin. So again, another perfect product to use when you're sensitized because it's just going to help bring back the water back to the skin and lock it in. This also only has, our Pure Hydration only has 4 ingredients in it. It's water, hyaluronic acid, and then 2 humectant ingredients. So it's really just going to focus on hydrating the skin. And Intense Eye Moisturizing Cream. This is a great eye cream that can also be used as a moisturizer. So this is your thick, heavy emollient eye cream that's going to help lock in all that moisture. So great to follow up after your hydrating products, such as the Pure Hydration or Refreshing Toner, because it's going to help lock in that water and you're kind of sealing it up with the oils in the intense eye. So it is an eye cream, so it's safe to use around the eye area, but like I said, it can also be used as a moisturizer all over. So especially after chemical peels, stuff like that, dry, sensitive skin needs a little heavier moisturizer, this is a great option. We also do have another one called Ultra Moisture, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, but this is probably going to be your true, like, heaviest feeling moisturizer on the skin. Oh, and the nice part about the Intense Eye as well is that it is a heavy moisturizer, but it soaks in really quickly and nicely, so you're not going to walk around feeling greasy or tacky throughout the day. You can easily throw makeup on top of it without an issue. Okay, and then moisturizers and skin hydrators. So we've got a few options. A moisture complex is going to be kind of for your oilier skin types. So as we know, a lot of people can come in with a broken barrier and they've got excess oil production. And it's just because their skin is not balanced, it's not regulated. Maybe they've been using harsh ingredients or cleansers, but haven't been using an appropriate moisturizer or moisturizer at all. This would be a good starter option to get them on, just to kind of help rebalance out that skin without overwhelming them. Because as we know, if they are already feeling like they're overproducing oil or excessively oily, that they're going to not want to use a moisturizer. So this moisture complex is a good option to educate them on the importance of rebalancing that moisture so that your skin isn't producing excess. This also has a little bit of salicylic and niacin in it. That low percentage of 0.5% would be appropriate for our sensitive skin types. It's not going to be excess for them. So this would still be okay for them to use daily. It also has those added green tea and chamomile, and then also some hyaluronic acid and greens, grapeseed oil as well. So. Okay, and then like I was saying, if you're looking for kind of an in-between that intense eye, or if they're just looking for a, kind of a basic heavy moisturizer, the Ultra Moisture Renewal is great. It's great for sensitive skin because it's not going to be an active moisturizer. So it's going to be for more to dry to excessively dry. And then again, it's going to soak into the skin really nicely as well. So you're not going to be walking around with a heavy moisturizer sitting on top of your skin all day. So this is a great option for your dry to excessively dry skin types. And I always like this line. I always point out this light but rich moisturizer. So it's again not the thickest thing as you're putting it on, but it's the ingredients what counts. That's what's doing the moisturizing. So light but rich. Okay, and then we have our BioEssence Nighttime Calcium Complex. So this is great for your mature skin types, but it's also great for anybody who's struggling with barrier issues. Kind of a medium weight moisturizer, but it does have calcium added, which helps to boost cell turnover and kind of bring those new cells to the top and heal the skin. So BiON uses calcium in multiple different of our home care products. We also have a specialty back bar product, but the reason why we added it to this moisturizer is because we wanted you to be able to have an easy one-step option at night to moisturize, but also kind of heal in the same step. So that is why we add that topical calcium. So it can be used for all skin types because it is that medium weight. It helps to stimulate cell turnover. It also has anti-aging benefits because of that calcium added. And then great to use after microderms, peels, lasers, stuff like that, where you want to boost and repair and heal the skin. And then our nutrient-enriched face and body oil. This is probably also one of my favorite products. It smells amazing, and every client will tell you that when you put it on. So how you can use it, a couple different ways. It's great using it as a first cleanse to just kind of break down that makeup and remove any of that excess oil. Oil attracts oil, as we know, so we want to just kind of get that layer of oil from the day off, and this is a great option. It's very soothing for sensitized skin or barrier skin that has been compromised, has a compromised barrier. Because it's an oil, it's going to be nice and soothing. And I always just tell my clients when they're using this as their first cleanse, just take your time, just manipulate it around, do a little massage, you know, some nice movements on the skin while you're massaging this around, because it's especially when our barrier is compromised, we're going to want to just nourish that skin as much as we can. Obviously, not aggressive massage if you're talking to your clients who are more like Trio's talk about flushing or reactive. I wouldn't do a ton of massage, but if they're barrier compromised, this would be a good option for them to just do a little light massage as they're cleansing. Also removes eye makeup really well. And then the other way you can use it for at-home purposes is going to be as like a nighttime oil or moisturizer. It would be the last product you would put on. So I like to pair it with a hydrator, such as your Pure Hydration Serum. That would be great to put on, and then to follow it up with this oil so that you're locking in that water with this oil, and that your skin can actually accept and use these oils because it's nice and hydrated. So the base of this is grapeseed, and then we've got some almond, avocado, meadow foam, black currant, argan, rosehip, and pomegranate oil. And actually the rosehip is really good for calming redness as well. So another good reason why it's great for your sensitive or reactive skin. Okay, and then we have our SPFs. So these are a top seller for BiON and for Alexander's Aesthetics. These are our BiON's, can't talk. So BiON's SPF uses titanium dioxide and zinc oxide as our main physical protectants. We do have an FDA tested SPF 35 for our sunscreen. So it's right in between that 30 and 40 range where you need enough protection, but we're not going overboard with chemicals or anything like that added for additional protection. So titanium and zinc, we micronize those down so that they go on nice and smoothly. So we don't nanosize them because we don't want them to soak into the bloodstream, but we do micronize them down so that this goes on a lot smoother and you don't have that white cast that's left on the skin like you do with a lot of physical SPFs. So this is both a UVA and UVB protection. So you get your SPF, and then it also does have moisturizing properties and antioxidants added. So it can be an SPF and moisturizer in one. I would say it's probably a light moisturizer. So if you've got somebody with a little bit drier skin, you're probably going to still want to add in like the Moisture Complex or Ultra Moisture Renewal in the morning. But if they've got a little oilier skin, this may be enough for them during the day, since our skin is producing oil throughout the day anyways. Then we have a tinted version of our SPF. So you'll get the same formula between the two. The tinted SPF just has mineral powder, so not mineral oil, but mineral powder added to just give it that pigment. So we have a light, medium, and dark. The nice part about this is then you get that additional kind of makeup primer within the same step as your moisturizer and SPF. A lot of times, especially in the summer, like when I do a little bit lighter makeup, I typically just throw this on and then I'll just put a little powder on top of it, like a pressed powder on top of it to kind of just set that in and have it last a little longer. So it's great to use all year round, but in the summer it's really nice if you just want a little bit of coverage. And then for masks, so we have a couple take-home masks, and then we also have a back bar mask. So as you can see, the Nutrient Essentials mask can also be retailed. So you can use it in back bar or send it home with the client. This is a clay-based mask, again, uses that montmorillonite clay. And just to give you a heads up, the montmorillonite clay is a form of bentonite clay. It's just a specific strand of bentonite clay. So in most clay masks, you'll see bentonite listed. Ours will say montmorillonite clay, which again is just a specific, very healing, hydrating strand of bentonite so that we aren't drying the skin. So clay-based mask has a lot of antioxidants in there and helps kind of stimulate that repair. So again, another great mask to send home after microderms, chemical peels, stuff like that, where you're just wanting to boost that healing process. So it reduces inflammation and repairs the skin and can be used for sensitive or mature skin types. And hydrating Gelee mask, and that's how you say that, Gelee, J, not even J, G-E-L-E-E, Gelee. This is also a retail mask and can also be used in the back bar. Great for following microderms, chemical peels, stuff like that, where you just kind of want to calm down the skin and heal it. Again, on sensitive skin, you aren't necessarily going to be doing those microderms or chemical peels, but just wanting like a cooling mask, since you aren't using a lot of hot towels and stuff like that. Another cooling option is the hydrating jelly mask. I pretty much use this on all my clients between the massage or a finishing mask. In some way, shape, or form, I usually use this on a client in the back bar as well. It's also fun to send home with them because it's an easy mask for them to use. It pumps right out and they can just apply it. You could leave it on for an hour if you wanted to. You know, it would only soak in so much, but it's easy for them to use and easy to remove as well. So this is typically my go-to mask as far as take-home products because of the easy use. It can also be used as a massage medium if you're going to do any massage for your sensitive skin types. Reactive skin, I'm probably not going to do it as much, but Trini will talk about it a little bit when she talks about the My Skin Buddy and how you can use it with that as well. And then softening repair mask. So this is going to be your back bar only mask. Great to help with your oilier skin types, but it's just going to help intensely hydrate the skin and calm inflammation. If you're wanting to use this mask for your drier skin types, you can take some of that oil, the nutrient enriched face and body oil that I talked about, and just add a pump or two and mix it around. It's great. I've used that multiple times on myself so that I can get the benefits of the anti-inflammatories from this mask. But I have a little bit drier skin type, so it works really well to mix it with the oil. And so again, reduces redness, encourages skin repair, and intensely hydrates the skin for back bar use. Okay, and then we are going to talk about our enzyme that I like to use for the back bar for my sensitive skin. So you're going to probably work them up to this, you know, obviously, especially if they're coming in and saying that they have really reactive skin or sensitive skin. You may start them with like a scrub or like a gentle scrub or something like that before bumping them up to this pomegranate papaya enzyme. But the nice part about all of our enzymes, we have 3 different ones, but this one specifically is that we don't add any AHAs to ours. So the nice part about that is that they can be customized for your more sensitive skin types, especially now where we're seeing people have so much more sensitive skin because of wearing the masks all the time and stuff like that. Our skin is just a lot more dry and irritated. This is a good starter option, so you can use it without steam and still get that enzymatic reaction. Now, if you weren't using it for your sensitized customers, you could also bump it up with steam to get a little more aggressive with the treatment. But again, for sensitive, you're going to just use it without steam, and then you could remove with 4x4s or a cold towel. So it's for all skin type, including sensitive. It has a lot of antioxidants. It's going to help reduce bacteria, and they can also help with the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles as well. Okay, and I am going to switch it back over to Trini. She's going to talk to you about the Skin Buddy a little bit and how that can be used with the products. Let's see.
Okay, great. Thanks, Andrea. Let's go back to, here we are. Okay, awesome. So we wanted to bring in the My Skin Buddy because it is such an great addition to the treatment room, and it's also something you can retail. So I love it for my sensitive clientele because they can come in and I can use setting number 3 on this to really help and calm the skin. Sometimes it does feel like you might have some limitations on your sensitive skin clients because you don't want to do a lot of face massage or any like true like manipulation of the skin. So bringing in the My Skin Buddy is a great option because it is something you can do really light on the skin. So I like to use the hydrating jelly mask, and I'm just going to quickly show you. It just moves really nice. So you would use setting number 3, which is green light, has the ultrasonic vibration, and with the jelly mask it really does move quite nice onto the skin, has a great massage medium. The setting number 3, which is the green light, is really, really wonderful for those individuals who suffer from hyperpigmentation and redness. It really just helps to drop that redness, nurture the skin with the green light. Green light has shown to really help fade the dark spots on the skin, so sunspots, really brighten the skin and reduce that redness. So it is something great that you can add into your back bar that doesn't take a lot of additional training. You can retail it to them so they can go home with their own, or you can just purely have it as an addition to your facials to kind of add a little bit more substance to a sensitive protocol. Let's see. So real quick, we're gonna hop over to why it's important to have a protocol for your sensitive clientele. So we as estheticians are seeing such a spike in the number of clients coming in with sensitive or reactive skin issues just due to, you know, even with COVID, people doing homemade masks or different things like that. We've just stripped our skin quite a bit throughout years, maybe doing too many chemical pills. So now we've hit this spike where there's so many more clients with sensitive or reactive skin coming. So some may just be experiencing mild or occasional flare-ups, and some may have this as a more consistent, constant issue where the redness and breakouts, excessive dryness just keep going, and they have a lot of discomfort with that. So we want to provide a facial that can assist in all those areas and also just help minimize the discomfort of the skin. Sensitivity does increase with age on average, and skin becomes 10% drier each decade after the age of 20. So the less moisture the skin retains, the weaker the cellular barrier becomes and the more irritants get into the skin. So I'm going to pull up what the handouts look like. So we have a protocol. So if you have a client that you're working with, you'll have a whole written out protocol. This is only suggestion. You are the esthetician and the professional in your treatment room. So just being able to know that you can customize, change things out, add things in, whatever is best for that client. And then we also have home care recommendations that you can suggest for your dry and sensitive skin clients. So one of them is called anti-aging for over the age of 40, and then we have one for those who are under the age of 40. So this, I'm just trying to check time. If we have enough time to go through the protocol, we can just kind of quickly glance at it. But I have in all the products that you need to use for this facial. Like I said, all are interchangeable products. We have the treatment duration suggestion and the treatment frequency suggestions. So just taking a look at it, when we're doing any type of facial with our clients, when it comes to sensitive, we do want to make sure that we're not using too many warm towels and different things like that. So I have working with cleansing the skin with a gentle cream cleanser. That'll be your first step, just rinsing off with a nice cool, we sell heart sponges now, which I really love, but the heart sponge is a regular sponge, and then cleansing off with the mineral cream cleanser. Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm just worried about time here. But so you can go ahead and read through this. There's a lot of different steps on this. we have the optional how to use the My Skin Buddy on setting 3, which is calming and brightening, like I said, and just adds a little bit nice touches to that facial. And then being able to choose which mask, we have the nutrient or the softening repair suggested in there. And then when we look at the home care, and these once again are in that section to download. If you need us to email you them, we can do that as well. But here is kind of a little bit of a layout of suggestions that you can do, whether it's for the very dry or just dry and sensitive. And there are some additional products up here that we didn't talk about today, but those are also things that you can customize into their home care plans if you feel that it's necessary. Awesome. So getting to know BiON, there's so many different products that BiON offers, and it's amazing because we now are going to be carrying this sample packs. So first of all, if you are going to get to know BiON, I highly suggest getting their protocol and education manual, because it has everything you need to know about the products. It has education so you can read up on acne and how to treat it, also the rosacea clientele, has all of their protocols, a great intake form, and then just a lot of additional information. So this is kind of my little Bible when it comes to BiON. And then we have the professional sample packs available, which are $15. They include all of the back bar masks and enzymes. And then we have the retail pack, which includes 32 products. So a great way to get to know the line, or also if you just kind of want to have your client try out something new, this is a really great way to introduce yourself to the line and get familiar and kind of touch and feel everything. We do have some fun webinars coming up. Brow lamination with just the strip products on September 16th. There's the QR code if you want to scan that so you can register. And we also have how to effectively boost business by selling lash and brow aftercare. So great webinars that go hand in hand with each other. And the second one is going to be September 27th. So we'll go ahead and go to the questions section, but we do want to thank you so much for joining us and spending some time learning about BiON. We have loved having it as a line at Alexander's, and there's just so many great things to come with this product. But we would love to extend you a 10% off of BiON products, excluding the kits and the sample packs, as well as some of the marketing products. But when you place the order from now up until September 15, please use the code listed here, and you can access that discount. If you have any questions, here's our information to reach us at the California office or the Colorado office, and then we have our QR code down below. So I think Wendy and Andrea will join me now, and we'll go through questions.
Yeah. Awesome, thanks, Trini. So we do have a couple questions. If anyone else has questions, make sure to put them in now. We have a few more minutes that we can spend asking some questions. The first question that came in from, I hope I'm saying this right, Keely Holly, wants to know if you can layer the masks.
Yeah, as far as I would say, you could layer the hydrating jelly mask, so like that pink one. You could layer the hydrating jelly mask with either the nutrient essentials or the softening repair. I particularly like to use them separate because I feel like you get the best benefit out of using them separate, so that one can soak in that you're removing, and then the other one can fully activate on the skin. But yes, you could, especially if you were going to do like some manipulation or massage, and help massage it in too.
And just to add to that, we have the peel-off masks. So I like to do the jelly mask under and then set a nice peel-off mask on top. And I feel like it really helps just to occlude, especially if they're really dry. So that's another option as well.
Thank you. All right, from Sarah Moon, she is wondering if there are any BiON products that are recommended for light, one time a week exfoliation for sensitive skin or rosacea, acne, rosacea, home care.
Right, sorry, I'm making sure I answer it right. Are recommended for light one time a week exfoliation. It depends on the sensitive skin. If I have a truly like sensitive, like broken barrier, I'm probably not going to have them exfoliate. I'm just mostly going to work on rebalancing and hydrating. You could use the mineral cream cleanser, which I said had a little bit of that gentle abrasive action, but isn't like a scrub. So if they are needing some sort of form of exfoliation, that would be my option for sensitive skin. And then as far as rosacea and acne rosacea, rosacea is hard because anytime you're scrubbing, you're kind of activating that skin, so you don't want to scrub a lot. Again, probably mineral cream cleanser, or BiON does have a bacteriostat cleanser, which has a little bit of salicylic acid in there to help boost exfoliation for them.
Okay, great. Sarah said thank you. Thanks, Sarah. Susie would like to know if the enzymes can be boosted with acids.
They can. For sensitized skin, again, I would probably stay away from that. But as far as the enzymes themselves, we have 3 different ones, and you could boost them with, we have some mandelic serum, so that's a very gentle acid. You could boost them with that, but when you're doing that, I would definitely make sure that you're, you know your client's skin and how well they've reacted, and you've kind of built them up to that. So yeah, they could be with our mandelic serums. I can't speak for other acids other than probably our mandelic.
Okay, great. Keely would like to know if BiON has shelf talkers for the retail area.
Retail. Ours are a little bit different. They are something that actually we've talked about with Alexander, because I know some of your other brands have those, and I know that your guys' customers love those. They're not specific shelf talkers. Right now we have what we call rack cards, which are little, I don't even know how big they are, rack cards that have some information about the products that you could purchase to hand out, which I know Alexander's is, has either a full set option, or you can pick from the specific rack cards. So that would be an option for now.
Okay, great. Any other questions from the gang? We'll see if anybody else has a question coming in. In the meantime, what I'm going to do is share my screen and just show you where on our website that you can find BiON, and also where you can look up, because we do have previous webinars from BiON too, so you can learn a little bit more about the acne line that we carry as well. So let me just share my screen. Can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. So this is what our website looks like when you bring it up. I'm sure you've all been there. Depending on where you are geographically is where you're going to click, either the kind of central to east side or the west side. So if you're over in California or the West Coast area, you'll click on this. That'll bring you to the California store. I first wanted to just point out the classes. Here is where we have our upcoming classes that you can register for, but I did want to point out our pre-recorded, oops, my mouse is going too fast, our pre-recorded classes as well, that you can, this is our webinar library, you can go ahead and click on any of these to watch our previous webinars. So today's webinar will be added to this once we get our video from GoToWebinar, but here's the Treating Acne with BiON. If you wanted to, learn a little bit about their really amazing acne line. From what we learned from BiON, it started as an acne line and then grew from there. So they're really, their acne line is amazing. And then I also just wanted to show you where if you browse by category and you go to BiON Skin Care, this is where we have all of the BiON products. I think you all probably know that you need to have a approved login to see the pricing and to order the products. We approve everybody's license that comes through to Alexander's Aesthetics. We only sell to licensed estheticians, and we only partner with companies that sell to licensed estheticians, and BiON does not sell on the big retail online stores. Just so everybody knows, it's only sold through the esthetician channel, which is, you know, which is really nice. So it's broken into, you know, all the different categories, and here is where you would find those rack cards that Andrea was talking about. So it comes in, you know, 10 cards per pack. So just wanted to point that out to you so you knew where to find the information. All right, let's see if anything else came in. Keely just did a comment that the acne line has changed her business, that she loves it. Okay, that is great to hear. Awesome. Well, and Susie just said, thank you to everybody. She loves BiON, and thank you to Andrea and to Trini. And thank you everybody for joining us today. Remember, we're always here for you. If you have any questions, we have our on-staff estheticians that are here for you to help. If we can't answer the question about BiON, since we're sort of learning it, Andrea is amazing. We call her all the time. And, and
okay,
so
my job.
thank you for the support. Thank you everyone for joining us, and we hope to see you in a future webinar or training with us.
Wendy, I just wanted to also say, if anyone's interested in learning more about the My Skin Buddy, we also have a few webinars available as well for this, just in case that is something
absolutely.
Buddy, to learn a little bit more about how to add that into your treatments as well.
Yep, definitely. All right, everybody, thank you so much for your time, and we hope to see you soon. Bye.